Alright, so hey everybody. I just released Brodie today. Well, I didn't release her. It wasn't an intentional thing. I brought her out here to get some sunshine. You know, I was going to release her in her tree, which is out in Belle, Georgia, where I rescued her from. She got hit by a car. So whenever her leg got better, I was going to take her out to Belle and put her in the area in the tree where she got hit by the car, you know. So, but her leg has been getting so better. Like, she's been chasing me around the house. She's been coming out of her cage. She can balance on her right side of her body now because her kneecap was busted when she got ran over by that car. So she has no knee, so it gives her no balance. So with that being said, today I decided to bring her cage outside and let her run around in the grass. And she wouldn't come out of her cage, so I put her on the tree, and she ran up the tree. When she ran up the tree, that was all it took. She disappeared in the tree. So, I was pretty sad about it. I've had many squirrels, and they always come down the tree to me the next day or so. You know, they'll get hungry, and they'll miss me. So, but Brodie was very, very wild. So she got hit by a car, and she's already a full-grown female adult squirrel. Probably has a family, so I've been coming out here every hour, on the hour, to check on her, because this is her first time in a tree in 4 months. And this is not her territory. There's many other squirrels. There's 3 other squirrel nests in this tree, so that was a very poor choice for me to try to just put her on this tree like this. I shouldn't have done that, because the other male squirrels could kill her. But she's tough. She's got sharp nails and everything, and I know that for a fact. I came out here a couple hours ago, and she's on that leader way up at the top. Now, I could get my climbing spikes and run up this tree and go get her, but I'm not going to do that. I came out here about an hour ago, and there was a male squirrel that was coming up this leader that came up around her. Actually, I've stood here for about an hour and I watched, but there's other squirrels in this tree, and I don't know if they've accepted her yet, but she stayed on that one leader for the past 3 hours, and those other squirrels, they went around her. So they haven't tried to attack her or anything, but she's not in the spot she was an hour ago when I came out here and checked on her. She's definitely moved. I don't see her right now. Brodie! And as strange as this may sound, when she seen me come out, she would hide around on the branch. She's hiding from me. I guess she's afraid I'm going to put her back in her cage and take her from this tree, because I know she just wants to be in this tree. If I was a squirrel, I would not want to be in the house. Well, maybe if I could come in the house and go in the tree. Have the best of both worlds. But, yeah, I figured I'd come out here and try to zoom in on Brodie and find her. Brodie! I'm going to put some food out here on her cage. She knows I'm out here. And believe me, if she wanted to come to me, she would come to me. So this comes to show all of you squirrel lovers that have squirrels, pet squirrels, if you can't bring your cage out here and let your, or your little table, and let your squirrel live in the tree, and this tree will come down here to you, you don't need to keep the squirrel in the cage. So if you have a pet squirrel, and you're keeping your pet squirrel in a cage in a home, please just take the squirrel out to the tree every once in a while and let it do its thing. If you're afraid that that squirrel isn't going to come back to you, then it doesn't need to be in that cage, and you don't need to have that squirrel, because the squirrel belongs in one of these trees unless it's crippled. I see some of these people that have pet squirrels, and they just keep it in a house and let it eat and get fat all day. really makes me mad because, anyways, I'm not even going to comment on that. And so I'll just say this. I felt compelled. Today was a day for Brodie. And I've got 2 more baby squirrels in there I'm raising. So I'm excited about that. Even though my heart is broken that Brodie hides from me when I come out here and call her name. That really upsets me. But maybe in a couple days she'll come down to me whenever she gets burnt out. And she's not missing me right now. I know she'll miss her black walnuts and all of her treats that she gets. Brodie! So, I'm trying to spot her. She's up there hiding somewhere. She's cloaked out and camouflaged really good. So she's very easy to pick out because of her limp leg. So I can spot her leg a mile away. She has to drag her right leg because she doesn't have a kneecap. But I can tell you this. She will be able to handle herself just fine in that tree. She can defend herself, and I know she'll be okay. So that squirrel is a tough one. See, there's a squirrel's nest right there, and she was hanging out right below that squirrel's nest and right above it. So I'm hoping maybe she can get her some squirrel friends. Brodie! There's another squirrel's nest right there. I know you guys are tired of me pointing the camera to the trees. And I'm going to conclude this video. I will keep you guys and girls updated on my progress with Brodie. And if Brodie comes down to me and I can get my hands on her, I am going to take her back to her home in Ellabelle, where her family tree is. So I kind of rushed myself taking her out there. I shouldn't have done that today. I should have just, I should have did things a little bit differently. But I was compelled to let her in a tree today. She has not been in a tree in over 4 months. So it's one of those things where squirrels have to be in a tree. They have to. So they have to run and jump and do all the things that squirrels do. And if they can't do that, then they're not living a productive and a healthy squirrel life. It's time for these little guys to eat. This looks like, this is my little girl. So I have to get her bottle, prepare her bottle. I use her, the same bottle throughout the day. I just put it in the refrigerator to keep it from going bad, and then I put it in the microwave for 15 seconds. Every time I feed them, I add a little bit more formula to their Pedialyte in their bottle to thicken it up, because it needs to be thicker. And right now, their stomachs are getting used to the formula. They've been on the formula for 4 or 5 days now, I think. So there we go. Okay, baby. They look pretty wild, don't they? When they're babies. When they're babies like this. You guys are a little bit more light so you can see a little bit more. But when they're babies like this, they look like little rats. I know, they look like little alien rats. But they're little baby gray squirrels. Here you go. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Okay, when he starts shifting his head, when he starts moving his head away, he doesn't want no more. I think this is my girl. Yep, that's my little girl. So, let's go get my other one. My other baby. This is my little boy. I want to thank T-Bone for rescuing these squirrels for me. He's a tree expert like myself. He's been doing tree work all his life. He's a professional climber and an arborist. And he's been doing tree work in Savannah, Georgia all his life. And he was cutting down a tree over on Bull Street, west side of Savannah, I think. And cut down a water oak and found this nest. 4 baby squirrels, only 2 survived. So he called me because he knows I rehab squirrels. And I was out of Missouri at the time, so I had to have a friend go pick them up, and they kept them alive for me until I got home. And I've had them now for 3 days. So they're doing really well. I'm feeding them every 4 hours, which I should feed them every hour, but I'm so busy. I try to feed them every hour. This is my little boy. He's always really hungry. He eats a lot. I know. My little boy will definitely survive. Boy, he was hungry. Between the both of them, they almost drank this whole bottle. Well, it was about a half a bottle, but... I think they just about... I think he said he just about had enough. You want some more? Yeah, I think that's it. When he turns his head away or he starts spitting it out, it means he doesn't want no more. There he goes. See, he just pushed it away. He'll take his little hands and he'll push it away. There's little gestures. They're so smart. There's so many things they do to let you know. These little creatures are amazing. I love squirrels so much. So, here we go. Now, it's very important that I have to rub their tummies. Let me see, you guys can see. And what I'm doing here is I have to massage their tummies, and I'll take this little rag here, or a baby wipe usually, and rub their tummy down like this. And what I'm doing is I'm helping them contract their stomach muscles so they can poop. And they have to, their tummies will swell up. And so this, and you can see if you look on their tummies, you can see how it's kind of puffy right there. That's the formula. It's kind of swelling up in their tummy as it's digesting. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. And what you do is you just kind of take it and you just kind of rub it down. You push it down. And as you push it down, not hard, just very lightly, like a feather, and just tickle it and kind of push it down. And what it does is it helps move it down there so they can use the restroom, so they can go poopy. And it kind of helps poop it right out of their booty, you know. You're kind of helping push it down their booty. And it, and that's the gist of it. Sometimes they'll go, sometimes they won't. But I got him to use the restroom last night. My little boy is doing really well. He is definitely using the bathroom. You want their poop not to be black turds, but green or yellow of a colorish. A puke green is a very healthy digestive system. So you can tell by the color of their poop if they're healthy, if their diet is healthy. And that's very important. So I'm done feeding them. And that's it for now. If you guys want to take the time to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about squirrels, please feel free to ask me in the comments below. My phone number is posted too, 912-428-7049, if you guys ever need to talk to me and ask me questions. Love you and be safe.